I'm Meredith Taylor.
And I'm Mike Sellish, and this is Spoke TV, your source for local and campus news.
The biggest night in Hollywood took place this weekend with the 85th Annual Academy Awards. Big winners included Argo for Best Picture, Daniel Day-Lewis for Best Actor, Jennifer Lawrence for Best Actress, and Ang Lee for Best Director. Family Guy creator Seth MacFarlane hosted the show to rave reviews.
And if BlackBerry hasn't been having a hard enough time regaining their foothold in the smartphone industry, Samsung is creeping their way into the business market. Announced this week, the Samsung Knox will be the tech company's attempt at overtaking the business sector. Aimed at the government and corporate market, BlackBerry will be releasing the Q10 later this season to help battle against the Knox.
The old police station in Uptown Waterloo is being transformed into an upscale boutique hotel. Spoke TV's Ali Brogan spoke with a local city councilor on how the hotel will benefit the local economy.
Co-founder and former co-chief executive of BlackBerry, Mike Lazaridis, and his wife have purchased the 133-year-old police station downtown Waterloo to renovate into Waterloo's first boutique hotel. Melissa Durrell is the Uptown Waterloo Ward 7 city councilor and has supported the renovations of this building to help achieve her goal of further economic development and making Waterloo the most livable city possible.
Well, one of the big things that we're doing in Uptown Waterloo is we're talking about intensification. So instead of growing out into greenfield development, we're really focusing on growing up within our cores. So the heart of Waterloo is Uptown, and that's our economic engine. And so a hotel really feeds into that. It feeds into, we have a lot of institutions here, the Perimeter Institute, CG Institute.
Kirk Fines, manager of Beertown, adjacent to the old police station, comments on why he is in support of the reformation.
A boutique-style hotel would make a lot of sense. The way business is done in Uptown Waterloo, the types of businesses that are accessing as either visiting to do business or actually taking up business in Waterloo is much more in line with a boutique-style hotel.
When a group like the Lazaridises start to invest in this community, I think we're bringing in world-class scientists from around the world. They need a great place to stay, and I'm hoping that this hotel will be exactly what they need.
Residents are happy that the downtown core of Waterloo is really starting to grow to its economical demand. For Spoke TV, I'm Ali Brogan.
Planning on working on that winter glow? If you're under 18, you're out of luck. Spoke TV's Chris Rook takes a look at how the change in legislation is leaving minors whiter than the snow.
Showing your ID when getting alcohol and cigarettes makes sense, but whoever would have thought you would have to show your ID while tanning? Well, now this is a reality. The Ontario government has now had to ban the use of tanning beds by people under the age of 18 to protect them from skin cancer. Looking at the facts, the Canadian Cancer Society tells us that people who use tanning beds are 75% more likely to be diagnosed with melanoma than non-users. Speaking with the doctor at Trillium Hospital, Rosemary Matthews, she tells us the other dangers that tanning bed brings to young people and why it's a good idea for them to be banned.
Most importantly, the World Health Organization in 2009 released a commentary on UV tanning beds, which are most tanning beds that you see, commercial tanning beds, to be the highest cancer risk, which is group 1 carcinogen to...
The city of Oakville has recently become the first in Ontario to ban young people from using tanning beds. Other cities are soon to follow. I'm here outside You Can Tan Salon and Spa, and we're going to go inside and speak with the owner to find out just how this age restriction is affecting their business. Come with me.
It affects us in many ways by it doesn't get busy, and then when we do have a 16 or 17-year-old coming in here, and then we do have to ask them for ID if we do think they are under the age, but it does affect us in many ways because then we lose that sale for that customer that walks out of the door.
So the next time you're going to tan, remember to bring your ID because you're going to need it. For Spoke TV, I'm Chris Rook.
Are you suffering from the winter blues? You're not alone. Spoke TV's Kate Childs discusses the causes of the winter blues and what some students do to help them cope with mental health issues.
February is known for its winter blues. With the combination of lack of sun, chilly temperatures, and no time off of work or school, depression can hit an all-time high. For first-year broadcast student Seth Guy, this time of year can bring him down.
Recognizing that it's happening is the first, because if you miss it when it starts, you just go right into the mindset. You have to start realizing when you're being irrational. You're not thinking normally. You're thinking completely negatively about something that never affected you negatively, that never upset you, that never hurt you.
Professional Development Coordinator Jeff Filla explains how faculty are trained to assist students.
One of the pieces that we've received, or pieces of advice we received from counseling, was to include include mental health as part of a larger continuum. So not to stigmatize, but to say this is understanding the diversity within our student population.
Seth tells how this benefited him.
I was losing it in class. And my teacher was a little bit angry with me and talked with me, and I'm like, I just need to go see my counselor. And he's like, yeah, by all means, go see your counselor. It's just the fact that she's there. Like, I'm 23, and like, you know, you don't really grow out of it, and you kind of always need people there for you because you don't know what's going to happen. And yeah, the counselors down over there they're really, really, really good. They're just good people.
Several events occurred to get people talking about mental health, including Bell's Let's Talk campaign and the Harlem Shake. So let's keep talking to help raise awareness for mental health. For Spoke TV, I'm Kate Childs.
Conestoga College joined in on the Harlem Shake craze by holding their own rendition in the Sanctuary cafeteria this past Friday. The viral dance took the internet by storm a couple of weeks ago, and Conestoga wanted their piece of the viral pie.
I'm here at Conestoga College's Dune campus in their sanctuary, about to watch their version of the Harlem Shake. Now, what's the Harlem Shake, you ask? Well, if you haven't seen one of the over 40 million YouTube videos posted in the last week, you're about to find out. The Harlem Shake is based on the dance first originating, like its name, from Harlem, New York, back in 1981. Brooklyn-based producer of Bear's version is the song behind the latest social media videos, sweeping the globe. The dance starts off with only one person, often masked, dancing in a crowded room, to then an entire room joining in chaos, creating friends, professions, and now Conestoga students to mimic the video and make their own. I caught up with Dylan and Jackie, two Police Foundation students behind Conestoga's Dune campus's Harlem Shake, to ask them how the event came together.
And then Jackie came up with the idea, like, oh, maybe Conestoga would like to do something. And I was like, well, we can go give it a shot. And we went and made posters, posted them up, and everybody started hearing about it pretty fast. So.
About 100 students filled the sanctuary Friday afternoon, decked out in different masks, costumes, and accessories to help make Dune's campus video over the top. With 40 million videos and local schools like Laurier and Waterloo posting their own, we asked Jackie what she thought made Dune's video different from the rest.
Whereas ours, it was more kind of focused. So like when people did bring their stuff, they just went crazy.
The video is now posted on Conestoga's College Facebook group, or you can check out the video on YouTube with the search Conestoga College Dune Campus Harlem Shake. For Spoke TV, I'm Farah Lev.
The 9th annual ARC Battle of the Bands wraps up this month. Local talent has been battling it out over grabbing a top spot for the finals in May. Spoke's Sean Cassidy was at the event.
For 9 years now, Advance, Renew, Coexist, or ARC Band Battle has helped local talent showcase their abilities to new audiences. From young to old, experienced and not so experienced, these bands compete for a spot on the main stage at Koi Music Fest. The fest takes place each year in downtown Kitchener. Organizer and founder of ARC, Corey Crossman, tells us why the battle is valuable.
What we want to do is we want to sort of help the artists take it to the next level. And that's kind of been sort of the purpose of the battle, is to sort of expose artists to new audiences and new crowds. And the same idea as Koi Music Festival. It's to expose audiences to bands from within their region, right?
The battle has 3 preliminary rounds and 1 final to decide who gets to go on to play the end of summer's Koi Music Fest. ARC judge and Koi stage manager Andrew Thorpe explains how they make the decision of who gets to go on and who gets left behind for this year's round.
Sometimes there'll be bands that are really strong overall, but they're lacking so much in one area that it brings their whole score down, whereas another band is great overall, and they end up winning, you know, just the well-rounded band rather than the one band that's got really sweet guitar solos or like really good stage presence. You need the whole package.
If you're as curious as I am to who this year's winner of the battle is, I guess we're just going to have to go downtown Kitchener at the end of this summer to the Koi Music Festival. For Spoke TV, I'm Sean Cassidy.
Even though the NHL is back on the ice, the OHL is still going strong. Spoke TV's Bob Mooney has more on the past week's action.
Thanks, Mike. In sports highlights this week, the Rangers did pretty well for themselves. Let's take a look at the action. The Kitchener Rangers took to the ice on Saturday, February 15th to face off against the Plymouth Whalers. It was a tight game through all 3 periods, and Kitchener was taking shots from every angle on the ice. Kitchener's Matt Pumple was the only Ranger to make it past the Whalers' goaltender. The Rangers took the lead at 5:55 in the 3rd period, but the Whalers weren't going away quietly, scoring late in the period to make it 2-2. Making it to the shootout, the Rangers were unable to break the Whalers' goaltender, stopping all of their shots. The Storm decided the game with a shot from just outside the Kitchener blue line that Vianu got most of, but the puck just trickled over the line. After a video review, the goal was rewarded to the Storm and the victory of 3-2. After the tough loss, the Rangers tried to bounce back against the Guelph Storm on the 17th. In the first period, both teams were able to put the puck in the back of the net, making it 2-2 after 20 minutes. In the second, Guelph started to pull away, making it 4-2 at the end of the period. But rookie Jason Bailey scored an unassisted goal to bring the Rangers within 1. The Rangers outshot the Storm in the 3rd, but it wasn't enough to come away with a win after the Storm clinched the victory with an empty net goal late in the period. After losing both games, the Rangers bounced back, winning both the games on the following weekend, defeating the Sudbury Wolves at home 3-2 and edging the Brampton Battalion 2-1 on Sunday. And that's a look at this week's sports. Back to you guys.
That's all for this week. I'm Mike Selish.
And I'm Meredith Taylor. For more campus news, go to spokeonline.com.